Good afternoon. Welcome to the City of Chicago Department of Business Affairs and Consumer Protection Free Business Education webinar. This webinar is being recorded and will be available on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Chicago BACP. There will be a Q&A session at the end of this presentation. All BACP webinars are a part of the BACP Entrepreneur Certificate Program, which is a free program for anyone interested in growing or starting a business here in Chicago. Earning your certificate is easy as 1, 2, 3. Register, attend, and graduate. Graduating from the program makes you eligible to apply for a loan with our partners. Also new to the program, you can now earn college credit with City Colleges of Chicago. Before I continue, I want to encourage you to register for our upcoming in-person small business expos scheduled for May 16th and August 29th. To learn more and to register, please visit chicago.gov/biz expo. And at this time, I will now turn this webinar over to Lawrence for us to begin.
All right, today I will be covering Chicago Business Direct, which is our online licensing service website. I'm going to cover online versus in-person service options, an overview of Chicago Business Direct, creating, linking a user profile, the home page, tax services, license services, creating an application management, and account management. And at the end, we'll have a Q&A. So I'm going to cover online versus in-person options. They can be done in person or at City Hall, weekdays from 8:30 to 4:30 p.m., 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. The presentation will cover an overview of the processing online for CBD. Let me go back. If you want to come in person, you come to City Hall, room 800. You receive a service ticket. We meet one-on-one with BACP staff. You can also visit our website at chicago.gov/business license. Chicago Business Direct is the online platform for all business licensing and tax needs. So if you have to pay any taxes, for instance, some businesses pay the city restaurant tax. They'll pay us hotel accommodation tax. You can do that on the website as well. The direct website is chicago.gov/business direct. CBD, as we call it, allows licensees, licensed applicants, and those with tax accounts to manage their account from the comfort of their home or business. CBD is not mobile compatible at this time, and some functionality is available mobilely, but the site is not supported for mobile devices. All right, so to the left is the home page. If you don't have to sign in, you hit the register today option. You'll create a CBD profile, which requires the following information. User ID created by the individual. It has to be 8 to 20 characters. You need letters, numbers, and specific special characters. They're listed on the presentation. A user ID cannot begin with the number sign. For passwords, they're 8 to 22 characters. They require one number, one uppercase letter, one lowercase letter, and one specific special character. You have to disclose your first name, last name, your email address. BACP highly recommends using a personal email instead of a business email. Your phone number, the profile type, because special privileges are granted to like anyone that's a licensed architect, attorney. If you're a business owner, let us know so we can hook you up to your business account. Certified public accountants get special access, licensed expediters. If you're a family member to a business owner, an individual with an account, paralegal, pharmaceutical representatives, or a structural engineer. You'll need a photo ID to access the website, so we will have you upload a photo ID. Next is the user profile information and rules. A user profile allows the user to access CBD to manage their accounts. The profile provides the user ability to access all the accounts they manage from a single login. For instance, we probably got one attorney connected to like 80 different clients of his, and he manages all of his clients' accounts online. Um, a user profile identifies a specific person using CBD and serves as a legal digital signature. A user profile is for an individual, not a group or team. The user profile is not a business or tax account. Each individual is allowed one user profile. Employees must create a user profile in their own name and not the name of the officer or the owner for whom they work. Creating a user profile provides access to tax services only. To access licensing services, the user must upload a valid government issued ID. This is not a picture of yourself. We get a lot of that. People just send in a picture of something they took off their webcam. How do I link my user profile to my business account? Now, this is a process. So if you're applying on CBD for the first time, if applying for your business license through CBD, your user profile will be linked to your new business account when BACP reviews the application. Using CBD after applying in person, if you create your user profile using the same email you provided when you previously applied for a license in person, you will automatically be linked to the account in CBD. If the above scenarios do not apply, you will have to request that your user profile be linked to your business account on CBD by emailing Chicago Business Direct at cityofchicago.org. Please note, BACP, they will request a letter of authorization to link your user profile in this manner if you're not the owner or officer of record. The sample for that letter will be emailed to you when you request it. BACP staff at the Small Business Center, room 800, they can assist you with setting up your user profile and linking you to your account if you apply in person and want to use CBD to maintain your business account. All right, user profiles can be linked with different levels of access. Well, access levels, as this slide shows. All right, so all license services, that provides access to all license applications and services, but no access to tax services. All tax services provides access to all tax services, but no access to license services. All license and tax services provides access to all license and tax services. And tax payments only provides access to make tax payments only. That's kind of self-explanatory. And then web admin, that's the highest level of access you can get. It provides access to all licensed and tax services and provides the ability to link users to the business account without having to provide a letter of authorization or requesting access from a BACP representative. All right, so to the left is the CBD homepage. The CBD landing page allows quick access to tax services. You can make a tax payment, file a return, or fill out a tax voluntary disclosure. License services, you can do a license application, renew a business license, and renew your weighing and measuring device certifications. You also see tabs for my business accounts, my applications, application review wait times. So we're going to cover the tax services more in depth. When you click on tax services from the landing page, the user can access the following. You can make a tax payment, file a tax return, make other payments, manage email notifications, view payment history. You can also see tax voluntary disclosures or manage certificate of registration. From the BACP perspective, this is our homepage, so you can access all of the options in the slide. So you'll see your current applications. If you want to make a new business location application, that would create a whole new account. New pharmaceutical representative license application. Those are for pharmaceutical reps. You can renew a business license. You can renew the weighing, the measuring device certifications. You can do an application to update the ownership or officers. You can move a business location. You only use this if you have a current account with us. You can add a business location that requires a current account as well. Or you can add a new location to an existing license. A new license to an existing license. So, for example, if you sell tobacco and let's just say you want to sell food, that one will help you add food to an existing tobacco license. There's an application to update a business assume the DBA name. And there's also an option to close a business location. So license services is the most important thing. When you click on license services from the landing page, users can access the following. I just went over that in the previous screen. And for locations at the bottom, locations holding multiple licenses, if you want to close out one license, you'll have to email. Because if you close a business location, it'll close out every license. So when it gets to particulars, the system's not smart in that way. So you'll just have to email and we'll do it manually behind the scenes. All right, so creating the application. I went over this briefly, but whether you are a new business looking to apply for a license or an existing account holder looking to expand or move, you can apply through CBD. You click on the tile that best represents the action you want to take. Most people click the 4 tiles above. CBD will begin the application by asking if you have an existing account number with the options of yes or no. And that question only comes if you choose the new business location application. You'll create a brand new account. So that's why I would ask those questions. They have an option that says help me find out if you're not sure. So even if you're not sure, we have a way online to help you find what you're looking for. Next, CBD will ask if the physical location is in Chicago, which is, it's very important. If it's not in Chicago, it doesn't face a zoning review. That's the biggest thing for us. And for you, because the zoning takes a little bit longer than the actual BACP review. If you choose yes to that physical location in Chicago, the application locks in Chicago as a city and it cannot be changed. And if you choose no, the application only allows you to see activities that require a license when outside of the city limits. Next, CBD will ask if the business is operated out of your home. If you choose yes, you will receive a message stating you must apply in person. The ACP does not allow home occupation applicants to apply online. If you choose no, you will be directed to start your application by selecting your specific business activity. And if you cannot find your specific activity, email Chicago Business Direct at cityofchicago.org for assistance. Next, I'm going to cover selecting your business activity. So once you create an application, you'll see the screen. You can choose your business type from the drop down, or you can search for your business type activity by using the search bar. You can choose multiple activities for your business, and the application will determine what licenses you'll need. Back. So below is just an example of how it works. That's just an example of 3 different activities. You'll see a restaurant that basically sells liquor that you can consume on the premises, and they also can sell liquor outdoors in the private property. Now, we're going to cover the application steps. We'll ask the initial business information, which is important. We'll need your business type and business activity. And for type, we're trying to look and see if you're like an LLC, corporation, sole proprietor, etc. We will get your business description, which is a detailed description of your business. We'll get your business information, which is your legal entity information, DBA, square footage, number of employees, etc. Your business location address. We'll ask for documents required for your zoning review, if applicable. We'll preview required business licenses. and will review the application and submit it to zoning. Now there's an upfront fee of $25 for the zoning. It's required to finalize your submission to zoning. The $25 will be deducted from your final cost of the license upon application approval. The $25 fee is non-refundable. There's a disclaimer about it online. Um, After you do all of this, you'll be subjected to the zoning review. Zoning will review business entity information, any additional business information that you type in for the description. Once that happens and zoning has completed their review, you'll submit the application for BACP review. If that review is successful, then you go to payments. If applicable, if you have inspections, you must pass the inspections. The system will detail, inspections if applicable. And you must resolve any holes on the account. And once we approve you, you'll receive an email that states, we can't issue the license until you resolve the holes. So you will get an interaction from a person if you have any holes. Once everything is resolved, then there's, of course, license issuance. If you don't email and say you want to pick it up, we just mail it out to you. It usually goes out the next business day after the approval. All right, so please note you'll need the following information ready to complete a business license application. Pretty much all business types are going to need this federal employer identification number. It's assigned to you from the IRS. There are some cases where you don't need it, but most people either they get it or they have to get it based on the legal entity that they formed. You need a state of Illinois file number. If you've established a legal entity in another state, do not provide that state's file number. Provide the state of Illinois number. And all foreign entities, so when I say foreign, if you're formed in Delaware, they have to do an additional registration with the Illinois Secretary of State to get a license in this state with any city, not just Chicago. So if applicable, this one, Illinois Department of Revenue tax ID number. That number is required if you're selling like any tangible items. And then you need all the identifying information and contacts for all owners and officers required by the City of Chicago Municipal Code 4-4-050. That code basically states we need your social security number, home address, and date of birth. And if applicable, we'll need to see the lease. In most cases, restaurants, the most common one, where we ask for the lease. We pretty much can ask for it for any application. If we see an active license at the place where you're trying to apply for your license, we'll ask for a lease. That's a common situation. CBD requests the minimum required information and documentation for your application to be approved. If additional information, documentation is needed, the zoning reviewer or BACP reviewer will ask for the information. What does it mean when my application is returned for clarification? During the application process, you'll receive several email updates. When the application is returned to you for clarification, BACP will indicate whether the information provided is either incorrect or correct, needs to be amended, or requires confirmation. Example, your application is returned to you by the BACP zoning reviewer requesting clarification of the business description. I would have said outside of the slide, one that we get often is that when you change your legal entity, if you change from a corp to an LLC, and then we see another account with the same EIN number, we'll reach out to you and ask for confirmation of the IRS that they've approved you to change your EIN. Sounds complicated, but it's fairly simple. You'll find your application in your My Applications queue. Applications requiring clarification or which have not been submitted will be in red, and applications which have been submitted, canceled, or approved will be in blue. When you click on an application which requires clarification, you will see the summary page of the fields you completed. Look for the clarification required. Click here. Below is a visual example. On the green section, the header on the far right. What does it mean when my application is returned for clarification? After clicking the clarification required, the application will take you to the specific field requiring clarification. So below is an example. You'll see what we typed, and then you will retype in more detail. All right, there's another visual aid. You click on the pink shaded area to see the comment provided by the reviewer. And if you're just having a conversation, you'll answer the reviewer right here, add a comment. In this example, the reviewer has requested the applicant write a more descriptive business description. Now you can update the business description and provide a comment of your own. Remember to continue to the summary page and resubmit your application. The reviewer cannot see what action you took until you resubmit the application. All right, now we're going to go to the account management. The menu in the upper right-hand corner of your home page provides a list of ways to manage your account. So you'll see all the options. It'll be to your left. Home takes you to your home page. My user profile allows you to change your email address and your phone number. Tax services and license services. You'll see the My Business accounts, which allow you to see the account information or the statuses of your licenses, the statuses of your inspections required for your license, if applicable, and any holds in your account. You'll see a My Applications tab, file a tax return, make a tax payment, payment history. You'll also see the Manage Account Access, which allows a web admin to link users, revoke access, or change the level of access to a business account with a change password options, or just simply sign out option.
Yo, YouTube, what's going on?
That concludes the presentation. If you have questions for me, you can email Chicago Business Direct at cityofchicago.org. Well, it's me combined with some other people, but it's mostly email with questions about the website. For any other specific business license information, you can go to the website at chicago.gov/business licensing. And if you want to reach out to the tax division, you will email revenuedatabase@cityofchicago.org. They have what we call an account technician that reaches out to you with any answers to basic questions for taxes. And our last slide is just our address information, phone number, website. All right, and I guess now we'll open it up for any questions. So I'm looking in the chat if I have any. We have multiple business licenses expiring in June. When will those licenses be available for renewal? That's the easy one. That's at the latest. If it's June 15th, the licenses are available to renew at least by May 1st. So always 45 days ahead of time.
Right.
All right, so back on the webinar chat, there's a question. There's 3. All right. We have multiple. Oh, that's the same as that one. Okay, hold on. Do I need to get a business license if my business is in a shared office space? Yes, you do. Hello, will there be an version available afterwards? At the beginning, she told you they'll post it on YouTube. So on the BACP YouTube page, it'll be there. Well, they want to know how they're going to get credit for the webinar. Let Stella answer that. And then there was one more from me, well, two more. I'm a visual artist. What are the fees for the license? That's hard to answer when you say you're just a visual artist. We need to know what service or product are you selling. Alexis asked, I am just starting a business, just filed my LLC, waiting on approval. Should I apply now or wait on an approval? You have to wait till the LLC is approved by the Illinois Secretary of State before you can apply, because we verify all the LLC information. Okay, there's another one. What if my business license doesn't appear when I attempt to renew the license? Well, that means if you don't see it, it's probably paid for already. Or there's an issue with holds on the account. So I would go to the tab that shows the holds. A hold, if it's out there long enough, can prevent the renewal from even showing up. Okay, and Patrice says she's a painter who works on commission. Still need more info. Are you like a painter that paints houses? A painter that paints canvases? Like how you just need more info. Looking into grants. I just started my business. I'm looking into a food truck. Do I need a business license for that? Yeah, food trucks, there are 2 licenses for that. If you're cooking on the truck, it's $1,000, and if you're not cooking on the truck, it's $700. You pay those fees every 2 years. Canvases and portraits. So if you have a physical location and you're selling canvases and portraits, you get a limited business license. That's a $500 license. If you're selling on the street, then that's a peddler's license. And if you participate in events, the organizer is the one who gets the license. You're just required to fork over your sales tax number to the organizer. When they give us a list, everybody has to be registered for sales taxes on that list. Is it best to wait for the actual building before you get the license? You have to wait for the building. The license is address specific. Somebody said, what about daycare centers? Daycares require a double license, so you're licensed by the state and the city. That one, I would always say, if it's urgent, you apply in person. If you have some time, that zoning review can take probably like 3 to 6 weeks in those cases. So daycares, it's best to apply in person if you want my opinion on that. Do I need a license to sell baked goods from my home? No, you will not need a license with BACP. It's some type of state thing with the cottage food. If you reached out to us, we would just direct you to the health department. You have a person that handles the cottage food stuff. What type of business license would be needed for a group home? A group home is usually licensed as a single room occupancy license. That's how we license it. It doesn't say group home per se. Questions coming in fast now. What about if you have a faith-based ministry? What kind of license if you plan on doing business with companies? Like I said, license is a for-profit thing. A faith-based ministry, that's not a profit business, so it would not require a license. Sounds like it falls under the same realm as most churches or places of worship. What about beverages from the home? Beverages fall under the Cottage Food Act too. So you wouldn't have to come through BACP if you're doing it from the home. And they consider, if you're making beverages at the home, they consider it prepared food. So they treat it the same as food. Do I need a license to sell items online? That is complicated. Most people, let's say if you sell on eBay or Amazon, it depends on like how much you're making. If you have your own thing, then yeah, you come straight to us. You need a license. And I answered that question that way because eBay and Amazon, they have licenses with us, so they make the determination on when you need to come and get it. They usually reach out to people and notify them. To a non-ER transportation, how do I pay to daily operate in Chicago? This location does not handle it. It is a BACP location on Ogden. Let me get the exact address for you. BACP Ogden. If you're transporting people, then you go to 2350 West Ogden. There's a license called a public passenger vehicle license, but you only can get it in person, and you have to go to that BACP facility.